What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Austin back here with another video. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the benefits of intermittent fasting and why I practice intermittent fasting each and every day. So in my previous video, What I Eat in a Day Part 1, I told you all that I practice something called intermittent fasting. And I wanted to basically give you all the rundown of what is intermittent fasting, why do I choose to do it, and the benefits that I've experienced from intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is basically where you constrict your feeding window, where you're eating all your calories to a certain amount of time. So for me, I practice something called 16-8 intermittent fasting. So that basically means that you're not eating for 16 hours and then for 8 hours you're consuming all of the calories for that day that you need for that day. 16 hours seems like a lot, but think about it like this. For example, if you have your last meal at 8 p.m. the previous day, the next day you won't have your first meal till 12 o'clock. So let's say you wake up at about 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Boom, just wait about 2 to 3 hours and dang, boom, you can have your first meal of the day. And then from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. you consume all the calories that you need for that day. That's just the most basic version of intermittent fasting. So I prefer 16-8 because I like to eat a little bit later in the day because, you know, I get those late night cravings. So I like to have the space available to be able to eat. So now that you know what intermittent fasting is, let's talk about why I started doing intermittent fasting. So I began doing intermittent fasting about 2 to 3 years ago, and it really started once I began my health journey. And I was just doing some research on ways to, improve my health, and I noticed intermittent fasting. So I started doing that. So, I would wake up at about 8 a.m., drink my black coffee and my water, first thing in the morning, and I wouldn't have my first meal till 12 p.m. So then from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., I would consume all my calories, like I said, this 16-8 feeding window, right? So whenever you're doing intermittent fasting, you really want to just wake up and just drink your black coffee and your water. You don't want to consume any calories because that defeats the purpose of doing intermittent fasting. So you may be wondering, like, why black coffee? So black coffee is a natural appetite suppressant. So for me, intermittent fasting, if you don't drink that black coffee, you tend to get pretty hungry when you're first starting. So that black coffee really helps suppress my appetite and can help my fast go even longer. And then water, I drink the water with the black coffee because obviously you need that water. You need a lot of water every day because you need to make sure to hydrate your body, right? So what are the benefits of intermittent fasting, you may be asking? So the number one benefit that I've noticed is weight loss and fat loss, right? That's the two biggest things that I've noticed whenever doing this intermittent fasting journey. When I first started doing the intermittent fasting, in about the first 2 to 3 weeks, I noticed a slight change in my, my body composition. I noticed my body fat was a little bit lower and I had lost a little bit of weight because that was my goal, to lose weight and lose body fat. And the reason that happens is because by you doing the intermittent fasting and constricting your calories to a certain amount of time, those hours that you're not eating, your body is essentially just burning calories and burning through fat because it has nothing else to burn because you don't have any food. You're not intaking any food, so it's just burning that fat and burning those calories, which then in turn causes weight loss and fat loss. So the second thing that I noticed was a significant increase in my focus, right? So whenever I would notice that whenever I would eat a pretty big breakfast, I would be kind of sluggish and tired in the morning and I couldn't really focus as much. But whenever I began intermittent fasting and I'll be doing tasks throughout the day on an empty stomach, I noticed that like the hunger wasn't there anymore. I would just be focused on doing the task and my food I didn't have any food to digest, so I had way more energy. So the second benefit that I really experienced was more focus and more energy throughout the day. So the third benefit that I experienced from intermittent fasting for over 3 years has been an increase in my immune system health. So you may be wondering, how does not eating contribute to your immune system health increasing? So whenever you're not eating anything, you don't have any food in your stomach, your body essentially goes into overdrive mode and it starts repairing those damaged cells. So because you don't have any food in your body, your brain, and all your cells put their energy towards repairing the things that need to be fixed instead of focusing their energy on digesting the food. So because you're not consuming any food, your body can put more focus on the things that need to be fixed. And in turn, by it fixing those damaged cells, your immune system is going to increase and your overall health will increase. Whether you choose to do intermittent fasting or not, it's all up to you. It depends on what's your preference. I know some people love to consume breakfast first thing in the morning, right when they wake up. But for me, I find that I'm not always super hungry in the morning. So I've started practicing intermittent fasting. I experienced some amazing benefits. And once again, it's all up to you. If you want to do it, cool. If you don't, it's fine. It's not for everyone. I'm gonna be completely honest, because when I first started, it required a lot of self-discipline to go without that food first thing in the morning, because I would be pretty hungry, but I knew what I wanted. I knew that I wanted those benefits of the weight loss, the fat loss, and I wanted to increase my immune system and all these great things, so I had to just be disciplined. So really, if you really want to do intermittent fasting, make sure you have the self-discipline to commit yourself to, doing that 16-8 feeding window, doing all these different things to stay focused and stay committed to your goals. So that was the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This was the benefits of intermittent fasting. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel down below. That's the video for today.